part of a movie shoot for the new Nicolas Cage flick, as I mentioned. But this next part was certainly not in the script. The car skidded off the road and ended up on the sidewalk. 2 people hurt. We have the video, but I should warn you, it is a bit disturbing. Look. That was not supposed to happen. The Ferrari knocked down a light pole. The light pole fell on a man on the sidewalk. He was not an extra. These are just regular folks walking down the city streets in New York. The car also clipped a woman who was walking toward the subway, both taken to hospitals, both treated, and both released. The stunt driver has a long resume. He's worked in movies like The Bourne Ultimatum and most recently Indiana Jones movie. And a spokesperson for the Disney movie says all safety regulations were followed. With us now is Bruce Fischer. He's the newly hired lawyer representing the woman hurt in the accident. Why were there pedestrians on a street with a Ferrari zipping through Midtown traffic?
Shepard, that's the underlying question here. Is the sidewalk was left open. The stunt was going on, the stunt was being shot, but the sidewalk was left open for pedestrians without any warning signs, or without any type of barriers to keep pedestrians from entering the sidewalk. So you have
so your client is just walking toward the subway stairs out there in front of the Sbarro, and all of a sudden there's a car up in her face.
You have exactly that, a situation where the one question is, why was this sidewalk left open to pedestrians?
Well, I want to show you this in today's edition of the New York Post, which is owned by the parent company of this network. The spot shadow is the client there. See that down there by the light pole? And here she is, just a picture of her from before this crash. I don't know if you can zoom in there, camera one. 21 years old. She must have been freaking out.
Well, she's traumatized. I mean, to be struck by a vehicle in this situation when you're a pedestrian is traumatic. It is life-changing. And right now, all I can say is that she's traumatized, she's injured, and we're going to see what happens next.
It's one thing when an accident happens because some crazy driver goes out of control. It's another when this was a planned thing. As I mentioned, she's taken to the hospital. She's been treated and released and is just getting back from the doctor and is joining us on the cell phone now. What's your plan, counselor? Now
what we're going to do is we're going to see what happened. We're going to find out what the permit said, if the permits required the sidewalks to be closed, who left these sidewalks open. We're going to find that out and then take it from there.
That wasn't city traffic, was it? Surely they wouldn't have that car zipping in and out of city traffic. Not that a cab wouldn't do the same thing, but you know what I mean.
It's our understanding at this point that the stunt was being shot and the traffic was all part of the stunt. The street was closed, but the sidewalk was left open. A reasonably foreseeable problem that the sidewalk was left open here while the street was closed to stunt traffic.
Shep, that person under the light pole ran under it. I smell a scam. So says one of our emailers. You know, this is the sort of thing where you could certainly hope to make a quick buck. She's not badly hurt, right?
The question is, Shep, you asked me that. I'm not a doctor. My client tells me she was hurt. She went to the hospital. She's going to the doctor now. I can't diagnose her problems. I can just tell you she went to the hospital, she went to the doctor, and we're going to see what happens. Bottom line, this should have never happened.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're walking down the Midtown street, and all of a sudden there's a Ferrari zipping in and out of traffic. That's a weird thing to see. And then last night, I mean, it was all raining and gross in the city. It goes skidding off onto the sidewalk. Wow. You probably got a case, counselor.
Well, the last thing you want in this situation is a case, but since it happened, we have to find out why so it doesn't happen again.
Well said. Bruce Fischer, hope you feel better. Good to see you. Thanks.